Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the fourth installment of a series on how to get up and running with an online portfolio using GitHub and Quarto. In the diagram that you see here, I have some notes that are updates from what I showed you previously because these notes contain the specific folders that I will be updating. I gave you the recommended names. The ones that I have set up, however, vary slightly from that. So when you see me typing with different instructions, this diagram will help keep things straight. So on my local machine, I have two important folders. One of them is called Portfolio Dev, and that is where I am building out the portfolio content for this example. The other folder is for you called username.github.io, where your username is whatever your GitHub username is. For me, I'm not actually editing my own site, so I created a folder called git_demo, but that is equivalent to your website folder on your machine. And in a previous video, I showed you how to create that and set it up and get it cloned onto your machine. And then on GitHub, I have two folders that are matched with the ones on my local machine. The portfolio dev equivalent on GitHub is called test_delete because I will be deleting it later. And the folder that is equivalent to your actual portfolio website folder there is called git_demo, which matches the local cloned version of that. So the steps that I'm going to show you now are how to get the important content from your Quarto experience when you made your portfolio. I'm going to show you how to take the important part of that and then get it up to your website. And to review, if you haven't seen the last video, which I highly recommend you watch, the first step is to make your site. The second step is to take the content that you want and move it to the right place. Then you will push that from your local folder up to the GitHub website folder. And then finally, you will update your backup folder just to keep things safe, all your project files and everything like that. And that is in a private repo indicated by the lock here. So that's what's going on. You can refer back to this if you need to understand the different names of the folders that I'm using. So let's take a look at GitHub. On the page here, you see that I have my folder called test_delete. This is intended to be equivalent to your backup for all of your portfolio project files. So everything related to your development work can get backed up here. It is not the website folder. This is just safe storage, and it's just a little bit of peace of mind knowing that your files are on another location. So this is test delete, and you'll notice that it's set to private. And what I want you to pay attention to here is that if you click the code button, you get a link here. And this is the remote URL for your repo. And this can help you to access it. And so go ahead and click that copy button there and save that information somewhere. And you'll need that in a moment when we work with this folder. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is the portfolio page. So step one was to make your portfolio. And so we did that. Here is the site that we created with Quarto. Just assume at this point that everything you did is complete, you're happy with it, your portfolio looks good, and you're ready to push it out for everybody to see. So again, on our simple example, we have a home page, we have an about page, and a photos page. Now let's take a look at how we can get the files moved over from our development folder to the website folder that's local on our machine. So we only want to move the files that are in this folder called _site. So if you look at that and click inside of it, you can see that it contains a folder called site libs, which is some behind the scenes information. And then it contains all of your other files there. So if we go ahead and click all, we can copy them or just directly move all of them into the, in my case, Git demo folder. And notice that you already have that index file in there. You can replace that. We don't need the old one that just says hello world. So now we have all of the site folder content moved over to our local version of our website folder. And so we need to push that into GitHub to get it displayed on the web. So to do that, we first need to open up a command prompt, and we need to navigate into this folder here. So again, we can use this command for change directory, and then we can paste in that path, and then that moves us into this folder. And if you wanted to check, you can use dir just to see what's in there, and you can see that it contains the sitelibs folder and a few other files. So as you get more content in your portfolio, of course, this will grow. And now we need to run some git commands. And so for this first one, we'll do git add all, and then we will do git commit. I did get a few warnings on there, but it's not to worry. Don't worry about it. You can have a comment here in this one. So you might say portfolio update, and then you can put today's date or whatever you want in there. And then we'll do that. And then what you'll need to do is git push -u origin main, and that will put everything on the main branch of your repo. And so that's going to work a little bit. And then if you wanted to, you can check it out. And here is the git demo repo that was just now updated, and it contains the folder sitelibs as well as all of our stuff. So this index.html that appears in that folder on your username.github.io folder will be live as soon as everything syncs up. So your portfolio at this point would be working. All right, so the next thing we want to do is back up all of our project files into a safe, secure, private repo on GitHub. The first thing that you're going to want to do to move your files from your development folder up to your secure repo is to open up a command prompt and then navigate to the correct folder where you store all your development files. So here I'm using change directory just to switch over to the folder where I have all my development files. And you can check that with directory again, and you can see that this one contains the QMD files as well as the style sheet and all that other stuff. The R project file is in there. So this tells me that this is not the website specific stuff. So in that folder, what we'll need to do is run a few commands to get this ready to move to GitHub. The first command is git init-b main, and this will do an initial setup. And then it has initialized an empty git repo in this folder. And then the next thing we can do is connect it here using the remote URL for the target directory on GitHub. So git remote add origin, and then we have the remote URL. So that's done. If you want to check that, you can do git remote -v, and you'll see a couple of responses here that tell you that you're set up correctly. And then we want to prepare all of our files. There's some warning messages here, but don't worry about that. And then we want to do a commit with a comment. So here, I'll just say portfolio backup, and you can do today's date or something that might make sense. Keep it short, and then that will do the commit. The next step is to actually push these files. And so for that, we will do git push -u origin main. And so that will push all of our files onto that private repo that we have set up. And here is that repo. And on the test delete repo that I have set up here on GitHub, you can see that we have our Quarto YML files, the about, the index, the photos, the project file, everything else. So if we had to completely restore our files locally, we could do that now from this repo. We could simply clone this down and then start fresh as needed. So at this point, we have completed all of those steps from the diagram. We have taken the time to build out the portfolio, take the site files, the ones that were rendered, put them into the website folder, push that correctly, and then finally back everything up like we did here by pushing this to a private repo. So at this point, we're done. And the website should be live. So if you wanted to, you can go to a browser and check it out. And hopefully everything worked out well. And now you have a portfolio, and you can send that to people that you want to demonstrate your skill set to, and talk to them about what you've done in the past. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps you out professionally, and it gives you an opportunity to store all that great information and all those cool projects that you made. So that's it for today. Take care and have a great week. Bye.